What is going on? This is the only football station brought to you by Star 6 Media, coming at you live for Sunday Night Football. That's right. I'm super excited about this game. There we go. All right. Had to make a few adjustments really quick. And all right. Let's get this straightened out. As you can see, I am not in. Yeah. Liam Wolf in the chat saying what's up. How are you doing? It has been a wildly fun slate of games. And it's been real fun just being able to watch them with you. As you can see, I've moved locations. I am on the couch, and I'm gonna. It's Sunday Night Football. I'm gonna take a more relaxed approach here. I'm gonna kick my feet up. I'm not gonna take myself so serious. Have you ever got copyright before? No. Can I get copyright for showing the background? I can't get copyright for that, can I? Three-yard sack coming up. Let me know if I can get copyrighted just for showing a fake football field. I will totally cancel that. I was not aware. I stopped showing videos because I got taught a little lesson. I stopped showing videos, but if I'm not allowed to show this is I'm learning this stuff. I've really not any experience in this, but I can't see why this would be copyright. I hope it's not. All right. So let's talk about this. This game is pretty damn important. You got two teams that are 7-5, 7-5-1, because you gotta remember the tie. Both teams fighting to make the playoffs. A little bit different as where the Commanders just started winning games when they started Tyler Heineke in week 5, I believe. Kind of turned their season around, and they started winning football games, where the Giants started, I want to say 6-1, 6-2, and since then are maybe 1-3-1. So they started losing a lot. If you go to one of the streams today, it says the stream is unavailable. Like as the background. Yeah, we got in trouble earlier because I was showing highlights. So I had to end the stream and start a new one. That I am aware of. Yo, JST Killer in the house saying what's up. Who do you guys got? Last time they played, it was a tie. I can give you the numbers really quick. Oh, he's got a pretty damn good return. He's going to take it to the 30-yard line. And Liam says, oh, okay. So, yeah. We got in trouble by the YouTube police today, but hey, it is what it is. You live and you learn. JST Killer said, didn't know if you were going to go live. So happy you did. Hell yeah, man. Right there. Totally worth it. That is, thank you for letting me know those things, because, if nobody said that, maybe I would once in a while. You have these thoughts in the back of your head, like, Does it even matter to people? You guys are so like outspoken about things. I really appreciate it. And I have to go live for this. This is only football. Like, how can you have a football podcast and not go live in a game this important this late in the season? I mean, the Commanders, Giants, basically whoever wins this game has a real shot of making it into the playoffs. This is a game you have to be live for. Even though going into the season and even now it doesn't seem like Buffalo, Kansas City. We were surprised. We got surprised. These two teams don't suck. Both these teams have a winning record, and they're fighting to make a playoff spot. They played 2 weeks ago, and they tied. So now they're having a rematch. So this is a way too important of a game to not stream. I'm not sure if you saw this, but I gave some stats on QB so far. I'm just trying to help you so you don't get copyrighted. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. Like is the bet. Wait, if you go to one of the streams. Oh, yeah. No, totally. I appreciate that. And hopefully there's nothing copyright about having the fake football field in the background. He said top 4 QB in terms of passing right now: Mahomes, Allen, Cousins, and Herbert. Passing. Yeah, I mean, passing yards is big, obviously, but I would say if I had to rank these quarterbacks, I would not have Cousins number 3. I would definitely there's a handful of quarterbacks I would take over Kirk Cousins. And I'm not like a Kirk Cousins hater. I think he's a good enough quarterback to take you to a Super Bowl. I do believe that. But I just think there are better options right now in the NFL. Shoot. I would probably, I'm not even kidding. I think I'd rather have Derek Carr than Kirk Cousins. Also, top 4 in terms of receiving: Jefferson, Hill, Diggs, Eckler. And just behind him, not even a wide receiver, Travis Kelce at 91. I mean, I know Eckler isn't either, but he's a running back. Yeah. A YouTuber I watched got copyright for signing on a live stream. Signing on a live stream? What is that? What does that mean exactly? Like signing on a live stream? Like showing another live stream on their live stream? Is that what you mean? Yeah, Justin Jefferson is gonna he deserves to win all of the say offensive player of the year. Yeah. Justin Jefferson, he's gonna win something. He broke Odell Beckham's he broke Randy Moss, he broke all the records this year. A lot of people are just now realizing how good Justin Jefferson is. And this is a perfect example right here. Justin Jefferson is a GOAT, so he already knows. So he said singing. YouTuber I watched got copyrighted for singing on a live stream. Wow. Song was likely copyrighted. Are you kidding me? Like singing music. Dude, he must have a really good voice for it to match up. You know, I would take that as a compliment. Like, if I was singing I don't know, a song by, let's say, Ed Sheeran, and I got copyrighted for it because the algorithm or the robots thought I sounded so close to him, I would be like, damn, hell yeah, I sound good. If I had it my way, I would get him to the Chiefs. Oh my God. Justin Jefferson on the Chiefs. I don't even want to think about that. That would be a nightmare. Like a real nightmare. See, sit more this way. There we go. That would be a disaster. There we go. Center it out. Yeah, I had to sit on the couch for this one, guys. I've been up in the chair for all the other ones. I was like, dude, it's Sunday Night Football. Just want to hang out, take it easy, watch the game. There we go. All right, so they just had a punt from the Giants. No points in the game. I do expect this to be a somewhat low-scoring game. The Giants have been, I believe, 31st in points allowed per game in the last 3 games. And the Commanders have been, I think, number 9. Defense. Oh, Commanders have been 2nd. So when you talk about points allowed per game, the Commanders defensively are number 2. The only team doing better than them right now, San Francisco. So that defense for the Commanders is back to, I believe it was 2019 form. It was a couple years ago. They're back to that. So the Commanders defense playing really good. And when I picked a winner on this game, I ended up picking the Commanders, because the Commanders have the 17th ranked offense in points per game in the last 3 games. And I do the last 3 games because it's the most up-to-date data to work with. I also look at the matchups in the last 3 games and see if there's any anomalies, anything weird. Like if they played a really bad team, maybe their defensive numbers will be inflated and vice versa. But overall, it's safe to say the Giants in the last 3 games and the Commanders in the last 3 games, their offense is very similar in points per game, but the Giants have the edge in the last 3 games. But the Giants in defense is 32 in points per game in the last 3 games. So I'm expecting, this Giants defense has been playing not just bad, they've been playing the worst defense in the last 3 games. So with all that said, I expect it to be somewhat low scoring, but I'm going to take the Commanders, and I am strictly just going off analytics on this, because to me, this seems like a toss-up. So instead of not picking a team, I will go with analytics, and I will say the Commanders win this game. Wow. And after a 17-yard run, they literally just ran the ball in a pile and pushed to the pile 15 yards. They did not stop. He hit contact at the 42-yard line, and the offensive lineman just kept driving the running back and pushing all the way to the 55-yard line almost. All the way to the 55-yard line, guys. YouTube can be stupid sometimes. This is what Justin Jefferson looks like with an average QB. Imagine with an elite. Looks like rugby. Yeah, it did. Said, who's the best for most points? Like who's going to score more points offensively is what you're saying? In this game or in the last 3 games? The Giants, I'll give you the numbers. The Giants are 14th in points per game in the last 3 games. Okay? Washington 17th. So the Giants have scored just a little bit more points than the Commanders in the last 3 games. But the Giants have had the worst offense in the last 3 games in points per game, and the Commanders have the second. So offensively, you have very similar situations. Defensively, it's literally 32-2. I don't think I don't always go with analytics, but when I see something that lopsided, I'm going to take the Commanders here. In the NFL in general. Oh, okay. First in the NFL is Buffalo, I believe. Let me see. It was Buffalo, Dallas, and Detroit. Dallas is number 3. Let's see. Yeah, I believe it's Buffalo, Dallas, and Detroit in the top 3. I just Google it. I get them all on ESPN. So I can show you right here since I'm sharing the screen. I go top offense, NFL points per game. And you can see here I've clicked on this one before. And right here, this says last 3. And it's not ordered by that, but I can order it in the last 3. Or I can just go overall. So defensively, San Francisco has been the best defense. So it just updated with today's games, obviously. But let's see. I can go more team stats and then go total offense. And then see. I mean, I can go through everything pretty much. More team stats. Points per game. So here we go. Philly, Kansas City, Dallas, Buffalo. And Philadelphia and Kansas City are neck and neck. So that would make you think that it would be a really good game if they played each other. But watch this. If I go total defense, let's see. See more stats. Scoring defense, opponents' points per game. So look at this. So you have Philly and Kansas City within 0.3. So almost exactly the same offense. But you got Philly's defense 8th overall and Kansas City at 18. And that's why I have Philadelphia is the best team in the NFL. Because they can beat you on defense. They can score a lot of points, just like Kansas City, but they can also stop you from scoring points. And I think come playoff time, that's what's going to separate them from teams like Buffalo, who scores a lot of points, but you saw them against Miami. I mean, Miami looked really good yesterday, and maybe they are, but I don't think they would have been able to go up and down the field like that. It's just I'm worried about Buffalo's running game. Buffalo is really one-dimensional. They run with Josh Allen mostly, and they throw it a lot. And that's fine, but if you play back end coverage and have a linebacker do a QB spy on Josh Allen, they're kind of screwed. And that's why you saw the Bills kind of stall out on offense for multiple series and multiple drives. Philly's different because if you play back and do QB spy, they can run the ball very effectively. If you want to play the run, they can throw it. They can use Hollywood Brown and Devontae Smith, and they got a tight end who's top 5 now. I mean, there's just so many ways. There's just so many ways that Philly can beat you. He said, Kansas are the best team at red zone scores. Yeah, absolutely. That's because Andy Reid is He's so just intelligent. He dials up so many different things that it's impossible to game plan against Andy Reid in the red zone. Because just when you think you know what he's going to do, he does something you've never seen before. Yeah, Kansas City's going to score points. No doubt about that. But, I mean, Denver, think about how bad Denver is offensively. Worst team in the NFL points per game. They gave up 21 unanswered points in 5 minutes to the Broncos. Like, you can't do that in the playoffs. Probably the greatest coach. Yeah, I mean, I would say Belichick just because of the Super Bowls. But then there's going to be people out there that are like, it's not Belichick, it was Brady. But you could say the same thing about Andy Reid right now. Be like, it's not Andy Reid, it's Patrick Mahomes. I mean, I would say it's like 70-30. But coaching definitely matters. Coaching definitely matters. And if you don't think it does, I would challenge you to look at Minnesota and look at the personnel changes they made this offseason and look at the difference in Kirk Cousins and this Vikings offense. Just all they've done is remove defensive-minded people, and coaching totally matters. And Andy Reid's a GOAT. He's a great one. But I wouldn't say he's the greatest of all time. I would say he's in a group of elite coaches that is a small club that include people like Sean Payton, Bill Belichick, Andy Reid. I think Sean McVay has earned a pass to get into that club. Kyle Shanahan is in that club. And that's about it. Let me know if I'm missing anybody. Oh, Madden, of course. I was just talking about people coaching like currently. Mike Hallgrim, the Seattle and the Packers coach is up there. Oh, John Harbaugh is up there. Baltimore's just quietly been winning like 10 games or more in like 90% of his years as coach. Baltimore, if they would have won at Cleveland yesterday, would have tied the all-time record for most wins at the Browns Stadium. I mean, Harbaugh is a very, very, very good coach. And rest in peace to a legend of the sport. Absolutely, John Madden. It is truly a privilege to be remembered the way he will after you're gone. You know, I think a lot of people aren't scared of dying, they're scared of being forgotten. And John Madden will definitely live forever. As long as the NFL exists, John Madden will be mentioned on a yearly basis. He'll stay the video game name. A couple months back, I didn't watch NFL, and now I watch more of it than I did. And I remember saying to myself, I'll never watch NFL, and here I am watching it. Why didn't you want to watch it? Oh. If the Giants can get Saquon Barkley involved again, that's really that was really the downfall of the Giants is people figured it out. figured it out. They're like, hey, if we can just stop Saquon Barkley, the Giants have no offense. Got a hair in my mouth. He said, because I'm European and we have our own football, so I didn't think American football was it. So that's why. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. I'm trying to see here. See. Got some people. Ooh, 62 subscribers. We're moving up. Got my brother joining us, Jake. Oh, I think he left. Daniel Jones is going to run it himself and get tackled at the 40-yard line. So now, when I was looking for a team to support in the NFL, it was 2009. And I remembered the Super Bowl was on, and I said, whoever wins, I'll support. And it was the Chiefs. You know, they're as much as people would say, oh, what the term is in America, they call bandwagon fan. It means you're cheering for the team that's good. The reality is if you don't know any of the teams, like you have to pick one. So I wouldn't say it's bandwagon, because I'm a Broncos fan, and I had to do the same thing. I put up all the NFL teams, and I just picked the Broncos. I just picked the team, no different than you did. But that's how it is, man. If you want to get into a sport, you have to you got to pick a team. And I feel like it'll grow on you the more you watch them and keep up with it. The longer the years go on, you'll become more and more of a fan. Man, what an ending. What an ending. He said, well, it would have been the Chiefs or the 49ers. I got to say, if I wasn't a Broncos fan, the 49ers would be a close second. They would be a close second just because John Lynch is their GM. Kyle Shanahan's Mike Shanahan's son. Christian McCaffrey's Ed McCaffrey's son. There's a lot of Broncos blood on that team. The Lions are going to make it to the playoffs. The Lions are going to make it to the freaking playoffs. Said, do you follow the NBA? I do, but I'm not well versed on it. Not enough to have a podcast and talk about it. But when playoff time comes around, I definitely watch the games and stuff like that. But during football season, there's just no time for basketball. I'm just totally engulfed into the game. Denver Nuggets, yeah, I always cheer for the Denver Nuggets. I like the Milwaukee Bucks and the Denver Nuggets. Those are the two teams that I root for. And the Miami Heat. These are just all the places I lived at. Thank you guys for joining us right now. I see we got some people hopping in to the video, the live stream. We're watching the Sunday night football game. It's a 3-0 ball game. Playoffs is on the line. Depending on who wins, the NFC East could go two different ways. Two teams that tied 2 weeks ago when they played, they're going to have a rematch here. So let me know who you got. Put a W in the chat if you have Washington, and put a G in the chat if you got the Giants. Said, I'm a Bucks fan. Hell yeah. Currently 21-8. Yeah. I'm starting to get hungry. I'm starting to get a little hungry. I might have to do a little DoorDashy dash. You guys eat Wingstop? I only order Wingstop on Sundays. It's like my guilty pleasure when I'm watching Sunday Night Football. All right, so Washington is going to force the Giants to punt it. The fair catch is going to be at the 17-yard line. So Taylor Heineke warming up that arm. Heineke's a guy that reminds me a lot of Tim Tebow in the way where he hasn't. No, that wasn't me whistling. He is not so talented that it just like jumps off the screen, but he just wins. Like he has this winning factor about him that reminds me of a Tim Tebow. I mean, when they asked Rob Rivera after the game why they're sticking with Taylor Heineke, his answer was because he wins. I mean, it was simple as that. I'm not going to, if it's not broke, I'm not going to fix it. Heineke came into this team, I think they were 1-4, and now here they are in week 15 playing for a playoff spot against the Giants. Yeah, you got to keep riding with that guy. I mean, and this offense isn't incredible. Like I said, the last 3 games, they're 17th in points per game. So they're middle of the pack. But that's not the identity of this defense. It's not to go out and score 25 points, 30 points, 40 points. The identity is to be the number 2 ranked defense in points allowed and just don't make any detrimental mistakes on offense. Keep the ball moving. Try to get points every time you get the ball, whether that's field goals or if you have to punt it on the 50-yard line and play the field position game. Washington knows what they're doing, and they've been doing it well for a while now. JST said, who was that whistling? That was the television Wingstop. We don't have that here. Wow. What are you saying wow about, JST? Is it the 10-yard penalty? It was a pretty big penalty. They're going to call that on the left guard holding number 51. It didn't look that bad on the old eyeball test. What a fucking touchdown. Oh no. You're ahead of me, damn it. And that's Thibodeau. And that is their first round draft pick right there. I was just talking about this. I was just talking about the formula for Washington, and it had nothing to do with overcoming mistakes. It was actually the complete opposite. I mean, it's just 7 points. And I expect this defense to keep the Giants very low scoring. I expect that maybe to be the only touchdown the Giants score today. But you're not that great of an offense, so be careful. Definitely a just big time mistake. Not just because it's a strip sack, turnover on downs, but because it resulted in a touchdown. If that would have happened in the red zone, you probably force them to a field goal. You still have the game tied. Don't want to play from behind. That is not the recipe. The recipe is to get ahead and stay ahead. Big mistake on Washington's part right there. I think they're going to be able to overcome it. JST said they fumbled it. Yeah, you got the strip sack. Thibodeau's actually just starting to get into his form. He was their first round pick. I don't know. During the preseason, he had that scary play where somebody dove at his knees, and apparently it was legal. The NFL the next day created a new rule, and that was like the thing he was most known for in the preseason. And he hasn't been going off. He hasn't been Aiden Hutchinson for Detroit. I think about Micah Parsons' first year, but I think he's going to be elite for a very long time once it clicks. And I think for him it's going to click. So the Giants, after getting that touchdown, let's see what DraftKings says. Are they favored to win now? It says the Giants. They got it pretty much tied at this point. They got the spread 1.5. They think whoever wins this game is going to win by 1 point. And I could buy that. This is going to be a close game. I mean, the tie definitely goes into this too. So tomorrow night, we got the Rams and the Packers. Nothing like Lambeau Field in December. Baker Mayfield out coming off of this emotional 13 point comeback with 5 minutes left in the game. Does he have the emotional hangover, or does that kind of feed into this week? Because we've seen both. We've seen emotional wins really kind of fuel a team going into the next week, and we've seen kind of these emotional hangovers, and they're still thinking about last week, and they get their ass kicked. Hell yeah, Jake's in the chat. Yo, everybody give... it's under Terry Rodish, but that is my brother. That is blood. I love that. I love that guy. I told him to join us today so we could hang out. JST's in here from Europe. He's a Chiefs fan. We don't hold it against him. I was about to order some Wingstop. If you just now joined the game, there was a strip sack on Taylor Heineke. Thibodeau picked it up for the Giants and scored the touchdown. That's the Giants' first points in the game, so it's 7-3. This Commanders defense is the real deal. I'm not expecting the Giants to score a lot of points, but they also can't afford to play from behind. That's not the recipe. Nice run right up the middle. Just keeps pounding for a couple more yards. It's going to be a gain of 14. Said KT will always be injury-prone player. Typical West Coast stuff. Yeah. And also, some players, you think about Dalvin Cook. Dalvin Cook just is injury-prone because he's not used to playing on turf. He was always a grass guy. So when I start looking at players that are injury-prone, I've actually started looking at where they played most of their college football. because if you've been following the NFL Players Association, the PA, they're actually petitioning right now to get rid of all turf in the NFL because statistically it is causing so many injuries. Not a factor here. Commanders playing on grass. This is going to be a handoff. It's going to get to the outside, get a little extra speed. Ball does pop out at the end, but it is a harmless fumble. Goes straight out of bounds. Probably doesn't like that. He's got 54 rushing yards, 18 receiving yards. I still got the Commanders winning this game. This Giants defense is not good. I know they had a big play right there, but that hasn't been the case in the last 3 games. See, all their plays feel like they're within like 5 to 7 yards. I was just saying, I want to see him take a shot. Oh, where's the flag on that? Is that incidental? Are they saying it's incidental? What did that look like to you guys? Plays through it more or less. Delvin, that is. Yeah. 100%. Love the flat garnet helmets for the Commanders. Yeah, you do. Little Florida State fan coming in. So I love the garnish in gold. I don't know what it is. Fucking love it. Who do you guys have winning this game? Give me a W for Washington and a G for Giants. Let me know before the game gets too far along, or I'm going to think you're just waiting to see who's going to win. It's not fun that way. 10 minutes and 43 seconds. 10 minutes 40. Play clock going to 10. Heineke changing the play. Standing in shotgun, scanning the field. He's going to take a shot. And, it looked like it hit him right in the hands. And he's looking for another flag. The eyeball test said that was clean. I think he just dropped that ball. Let's take a look at that again. Daniel Jones throws the ball, gets ready to get back in this thing. The crowd doesn't like it. They're booing their ass off. Give me 1 series of offense each. That's fair. You get 1 each. 1 each. Real quick, after this punt, we'll go to commercial. I'll give you some statistics on these guys. Here goes the punt, and it's going to bounce on the 3. What are they doing? Gosh, you guys are fucking nuking it. Oh my gosh. They did not. Oh my God. Talk about like not being able to rise to the occasion. They just completely almost screwed that up for no reason. Look at this. You have all the time in the world, and then this guy freaks out. Oh my gosh. It just didn't seem like. Oh man, that's hilarious. What are they calling here? All right, so he's going to be down in the 2-yard line. So good job on the Commanders pinning the Giants deep. And that's what I was talking about early. I said the the Commanders' recipe is not to score a lot of points. They're second in points allowed in the last 3 games. They're going to try to play extremely good defense, and Taylor Heineke maybe get some field goals, maybe 1 or 2 touchdowns a game, but play the field position. At least get 1 or 2 or 3 first downs before punting it, pin them back, and with a lackluster defense or offense for the Giants and your solid defense, you're going to win this game. I think you just got to just be patient with it. Obviously, everyone in the NFL has figured out what you have to do. The Giants started 6-1, 6-2. They were off to winning a lot of games, and the key of their success was Saquon Barkley. He was leading the league in scrimmage yards. He was clearly having a comeback year, if you will, and teams figured out, hey, if you shut down Saquon Barkley, Daniel Jones can't beat you with his arm. So teams started doing that, and it seems like the Giants haven't won since. So that's why I'm gonna roll with the Commanders to continue winning today. The Giants are 32nd in defense in points allowed in the last 3 games. Commanders are number 2. That is a huge difference. So we're going to give you one series of offense each. That's all I need. 89 for the dub. Aloha. 89 for the dub. Was he the one that saved the ball? I'm going to look at that again. But yeah, this is the best time of year, even for people that don't watch football. This is a great time to start watching. I mean, there's just so many question marks. The playoff picture changes week to week. Even if, you may need someone to lose for your team to get in. So all of a sudden a Commanders-Giants game is like the most exciting thing you've seen all week. I just love the value this time of year brings to every game, especially this one. Whoever wins this game will be, I think, in that last wild card spot. And then the Lions would probably jump the Giants after getting a win in New York today, beating the Jets. This whole thing is scrambled right now. 89. Okay, 89 was the guy that saved it. All right, so here we go. Safety. Let's call safety here. Chase Young. Chase Young's back. Let's get a safety. Yeah, Saquon Barkley's really good. He's going to get positive yards. We'll see what they do here. See how conservative they play this. Cuz you can just run the ball, or maybe they try a pass here, but it's Daniel Jones. He's got a little bit of speed on him now. He doesn't seem like he does, but he actually does. Flat route. Yep, 89. Yeah. And there's Dabble. Dabble's a great coach. And if you saw their win week 1, or it was week 2, they went for 2. And that's when I realized that Dabble had Dabble the size of a regular man's nuts. This is going to be a little dump off to Barkley, and that's going to get 3 yards, maybe 2.5, as the second quarter winds under 9 minutes left. 2 timeouts for the Giants, 3 for the Commanders. Second down. Play action with the flat route. Bro, you know you're one play ahead of me. Stop playing with me. He's like, I told you. I know everybody's ahead of me because they told me in the beginning. They're like, he's like, no, man, I'm serious. Saquon Barkley with the swing. That's going to go for a first down. And the Giants are moving the ball, something they haven't done in a while. Let's see. Just a simple dump off to the running back and let him do the rest. Make one man miss and use the speed to get around the corner. What a luxury to have a weapon like that. Definitely a top 3 running back in the NFL. And they're going to go right back to him. He's going nowhere this time. And that D line is really good. Yo.
I'm not bullshit with you. I know ball, baby.
You paused it?
I swear. I'm fast. Oh, it's on me. Hold on. Look, I can't fast forward. See? Still right there. Where are you at?
I'm 5 seconds behind you.
I don't buy it. That's bullshit.
No, I'm serious.
good against him then. From the 12, Jones keeps, gets a block, takes off, and he is gone. Trying to stay upright, and he trips. Absolutely all alone, and he trips.
Sorry, I hit the wrong button. It said my mic went dead. Is the mic still dead?
I hear you on mine, but that's just because we're on cell phone. So you might.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me, guys?
All right. Well, I guess I'm gonna hold that space right now.
No, I was having some technical issues. There's a chat that came in at 6:28 that said your mic went dead. It seems a little over a minute ago when your brother called.
Did we see the cabbage on that place kicker for the Giants, people?
Oh.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's what America is about. We're talking hamburgers and baked beans right there. That is hot dog and coleslaw. That's what it's about, baby.
Hot dog and coleslaw, baby. I don't know why I'm fired up.
Oh man.
I think I'm hungry. I'm gonna order some Wingstop.
Curious about the end game result or that guy's hair care routine, because holy shit.
All right, I gotta pee really quick.
Keep it professional.
Hey, they gotta pee too. I mean, yeah. Well, there's a lot of things the announcers do. They just, man, who was it that? Oh, Troy Aikman and Joe Buck. They would show them in the booth, and I'm like, bro, he's totally drunk. Like, Troy Aikman is drunk. Like, I don't care what anyone says. Troy Aikman looks like a functioning alcoholic big time. And I ended up Googling it just because I was, like, wondering if anyone else thought this, because he always had, like, a super red face. And it was, like, there was, like, a story that for the first, like, 3 years of his booth job, he would, like, drink while calling a game, and he said it was to remind himself that he's at a game and not take himself so serious.
And while we have a moment, I just want to go ahead and thank one of our sponsors, the main sponsor right now, Jacksonville Humane Society. If you guys are in the Jacksonville area and you're looking to make a difference and bring a new family member into your home this New Year's, there is a special event going on right now called Silent Night, where we can bring home an animal for 48 hours just to give them a little different point of view, a little perspective for their life, where they're typically sitting in a cage and kennel about 20 to 21 hours throughout the day. So it's a great opportunity to make yourself in a little animal home for the holidays, and who knows, you might actually end up keeping them and being a foster fail, quotation on quotation. So if you have any questions or comments about that, feel free to reach out to Kyle, and he will give you my information, and we'll go from there.
Definitely, especially this time of year. So, well, always, but a lot of people always want to, give the famous puppy in a box. There's plenty of puppies that need a home. Plenty of dogs that need a home.
And sorry to cut you off. And just on that note, like if you take a stroll down these aisles, you're gonna see so many dogs where it's like, oh my, how are you honestly here? Puppies,
Yeah.
Little cute Dijons, all these dogs that you wouldn't ever understand how they got there. They're anything from surrenders to strays. So that's kind of the beauty about it is if you want to look at it in that sense, you're getting a great bargain. But the realness about it is you're going to get a dog that not only you're doing something for, but the creature you're going to get because of how thankful and happy to be with you in a different situation. Oh my God, you see it every day. They're the happiest and the best dogs ever. So adopt, don't stop. Breeders, you're literally inbreeding. So that comes with a bunch of diseases from congenital heart issues, from anything, just congestive issues. So it's not good for the dog. It's not good for dogs in general. Consider adopting. Spay and neuter, adopt, don't shop, and do something good for your holidays. Do something good for yourself and for something else, for somebody else. And let's watch some football.
Definitely. All right, so 21-yard line, 2 timeouts, 1:33 left. First play is incomplete. Second play is going to be different. That's going to go to Scary Terry. It's going to be a first down, and we'll see. Yeah, they get up. They're running. They're trying to move. They're going to go ahead and save that timeout. So they only have 1 timeout. So obviously trying to save that for when they get into field goal range. Probably they should look back for Scary Terry. Oh my God. I was almost sure that was intercepted.
Gotta finish the play. Good instincts, good jump, but
that's a flag. That's a flag. That's a missed call. I'm not like one of these like, oh, flag, but like if you're gonna call it, then just be consistent. No, you're totally down by contact. Bro, the clock's ticking. Go. Okay, they're going to call their final timeout now because where's the sense of urgency? Like while you're pretending you're not down by contact and running 10 more yards downfield, everyone else is trying to line up. See what let me see what the career long is for the Commanders kicker. Commanders kicker. Joey Sly. Joey Sly in his career, they can get into field goal range. 6 for 8 on field goals, between 40 and 49 yards, so not bad. 4 for 4 on 30 to 39, 6 for 6 on 20 to 29, and has not attempted a field goal over 59 yards. All right, so that doesn't really matter because you're going to end up punting the ball. And that's going to be returnable. And it's not good. Let me try. That changes everything. Let me see. There. Sorry. If you absolutely do, though, yes. See, edit.